What is happening, everybody? Greg Ehrenberg here from OddsShopper, and it is time to break down some more NBA playoff action. We've got a full slate of baseball today as well, nearly every single team in action today. So let's get to it and run through some of the best bets of the day as you come in. Like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you like the data that I'm showing on screen, we have a 7-day free trial available just for you. All you have to do to take advantage of this is sign up using the link that we have below. When you sign up using that link for the first time, you're going to get a 7-day free trial to our data and tools here at OddsShopper. And right off the bat, something about the NBA games that is going to make this a little bit tricky is Jimmy Butler is questionable. He is a game time decision. Julius Randle is questionable. Jalen Brunson is questionable. Now, of those injuries, Jimmy Butler, I think, is the highest risk of sitting the game, or even if he plays, I don't know that he's going to be particularly healthy because we saw Jimmy Butler close out last game, didn't want to come off the court, but he didn't do anything. On offense, he stood in the corner. On defense, the Knicks oddly never challenged him, but I have a feeling he wouldn't have been able to guard anybody considering how compromised his movement was. So Jimmy Butler, I don't know if he plays today. Even if he plays, I don't know what his minutes look like. I don't know what his effectiveness is going to be. From the Knicks side of the game, Julius Randle missed last game. I don't know if he plays. And then Jalen Brunson, I don't really have too many concerns about Brunson. I think Brunson should be good to go. But with that in mind, I do think that some of this information is going to have to influence our betting. And, right off the bat, looking at some of these lines here, like I can't bet an under on Bam Adebayo, even if it projects fairly well right now, because if Jimmy Butler gets ruled out, this under is no longer going to look good. Same with Mitchell Robinson. Under 11.5 rebounds looks good now, but if Julius Randle gets ruled out, under 11.5 rebounds no longer looks good for Mitchell Robinson. Same with some of the RJ Barrett props. So I'm looking through this here, and I would only really want to be taking some numbers on these players if the overs look good, because if you had an over that projected well on Bam Adebayo and then Butler gets ruled out, well, that over that you have that projected pretty well in the morning would look even better as we get closer to lock. So a lot of these unders here are going to be influenced by some of the uncertainty in the injury report. I know that you guys are coming here trying to find the best NBA bets, a lot of you. But I have to be realistic here, and just looking at some of our data and our projections, I don't feel comfortable betting any of this until we get more information on Jimmy Butler, more information on Julius Randle. Like I said, Jalen Brunson, he's questionable. I expect him to play, but I guess I can't say with 100% confidence he's going to be out there. So need more info until I'm willing to place any NBA bets. For now, this is actually going to be a slate that I am looking to avoid in the morning for NBA betting purposes, because I don't really know how to bet an under on a player like Bam Adebayo when all of a sudden that could look good as an over later on the day. So basketball, TBD, to be determined. Maybe on Twitter I'll have some stuff I could post later in the day. Let's look at baseball. Baseball, we've got a ton of games today. This should be easier to find value. Cedric Mullins, who's off to a great start this year. He was a breakout star last year for the Orioles, ended up making the All-Star game. And yeah, pretty favorable line from here against the Royals. He has over 0.5 total bases at Bet365 minus 135. Just need him to reach base once. One single would get the job done here for him. It's minus 145 at DraftKings, minus 140 at BetMGM. So yeah, we're just winning north of 60% of the time. Cedric Mullins, one hit, and he is good to go there. I like that number. Freddie Peralta. Peralta had a rough season last year, dealt with injuries. He has rebounded so far in the early going this year and has looked good. Here's the problem, though. He's pitching at Coors Field. So that's the reason why we have the under on strikeouts projected well here for Freddie Peralta. Now, his pitch mix does play a little bit more favorably at Coors Field than a lot of other pitchers. Very fastball heavy. He's not super reliant on off-speed pitches, right? We're not going to see Freddie Peralta ever be a guy who goes out and is throwing, like 50% sliders or curveballs or anything like that in a game. But that aside, Coors Field is such a hitter-friendly park that whenever we have an under projected pretty well for strikeouts for a pitcher, it's probably going to make sense. So under 5.5 strikeouts for Freddie Peralta projects well. Same with Ryan Feltner here, under 4.5 strikeouts. These are two props to get behind. Tanner Beebe. If you guys are not familiar with Beebe, he's one of the top pitching prospects in baseball, and at least so far this year in the limited sample size we have on him, he's looked pretty good. So looking at Tanner Beebe's numbers, which I'm pulling up here on another screen. And also, one other thing about Tanner Beebe too, I know on paper a matchup against the Yankees seems difficult. This Yankees offense right now, with Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton both hurt, it sucks. This is not a good lineup. look at the names on the back of the jersey, not the name on the front of the jersey when it comes to New York Yankees. This is not a good offense right now. And Tanner Beebe, he's only made one start this year. In that start, 5 2/3 innings, averaged more than a strikeout per inning. And his minor league numbers, too, absolutely dominant. In the minor leagues this year, Tanner Beebe made 3 starts, 15 1/3 innings, struck out over a hitter per inning, 1.76 ERA. Last year in Double-A, Tanner Beebe pitched 13 starts, 73 innings, struck out 9.9 hitters per 9 innings, 1.83 ERA. This is one of the top pitching prospects in baseball. His over-under for strikeouts is 4.5. That is too low considering the outlook on Tanner Beebe going forward and what we've seen out of him so far on the mound. So I like over 4.5 Ks for Tanner Beebe. I think that is pretty good value there. One other one to look at here, Bryce Elder, or actually two. I like Hunter Brown over 6.5 strikeouts against the Giants. Another young, elite prospect starting pitcher I think could become an ace in the foreseeable future. I like him for over 6.5 strikeouts, particularly plus money. And then Bryce Elder, another young pitching prospect who's gotten off to a decent start this year. We have him in a good matchup against the Miami Marlins. Also on the road, Miami, very pitcher-friendly ballpark. So over 4.5 strikeouts, I think that should be a pretty decent number for Bryce Elder to clear. It's minus 116 at FanDuel. And you look at other books as high as minus 145, minus 125 at DraftKings. So I like that minus 116 number on FanDuel. So far, Bryce Elder is starting out 8.07 hitters per 9 innings. He does have a 2.17 ERA. Definitely a little bit luck-based because he has a 4.08 FIP and a 3.78 xFIP. But still, those are not terrible marks. And he is generating strikeouts this year. So Bryce Elder, I like him for over 4.5 Ks against the Miami Marlins. Let's go and build out a parlay for Prize Picks now. As you guys know, something I like to do when we close these out. And unfortunately, not a lot of stuff that we really are liking, or at least that I feel comfortable with for NBA purposes. So I'm going to take out some of these unders here. Let's see if there's anything else we could replace it with. Yeah, Vargas to reach base. And yeah, we got a positive expected ROI parlay here for Prize Picks. And by the way, if you guys want to get more access to myself, more bets that I place later in the day, or just ask me questions, download our Chalkboard channel. It's free to download Chalkboard, free to download the app, and there is a link for that below. Prize Picks. All right, 5-leg parlay here for Prize Picks. We have all 5 legs winning 5% of the time. Overall, a 12% expected ROI. The lines here, Miguel Vargas, just need 1 hit for him. Trevor Larnach, 1 hit for him. Bryce Elder, talked about him over 4.5 strikeouts. Matt Strahm, under 5.5 strikeouts. Pretty big number for Strahm going up against the Dodgers on the road in Los Angeles as well. And then Lars Nootbaar. We just need Nootbaar. By the way, one of the best names in sports. Lars Nootbaar. Guy sounds like a candy bar. And he's going to hit for us at least once, right? We just need 1 hit for Lars Nootbaar. He's off to a great start this year. And then he would end up cashing here. So this 5-leg flex parlay over on Prize Picks is good for a 12% expected ROI. Take advantage of this. Go lock this in. And that is going to do it for me today, guys. So I don't have more NBA information, but what can I do? I'm kind of at limbo here with the NBA injury report. And I do think there's a chance there's stuff I'm going to like later on in the day. Just check out Chalkboard or my Twitter account. And if there's stuff that pops up, I'm going to be posting in there. Other than that, guys, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Good luck with all your bets today, and I'll be back here tomorrow.